Hi Aquarius, welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of May 2023. I of course want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, for your amazing Aquarian presence, but do keep in mind as we proceed it is general for your month as a whole, so just take what resonates and discard the rest. And I do more than appreciate, as always, the love, support, the likes, the comments, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. And once you do finish with this reading, do remember to check out all your other placements, as I am a bit behind, but we'll be posting all 12 for more messages. Anyways, so as you can see, I did pre-pull 3 small money and career oracles, as well as 3 tarot cards to begin a layered spread for you. So with that said and done, let's jump into it. We're beginning your reading. If I could pick it up. Hard work pays off. Beautiful. It feels like past efforts, past accomplishments, taking a highlight, things growing and prospering for you. Your work and effort, well placed is what I'm getting, well timed even. It's working to your advantage at certain points or throughout the month as a whole. It feels like you're very hardworking being drawn to this reading, but it might be a month where you're lacking certain resources, however that looks for you. I feel like some of which are thinking about the need for more financial support or more finances in general, needing that savings increase to make a change. But I do feel like you might be low in energy at certain points throughout the month, or feeling the whole month for some drawn to the reading. And this might be a bit frustrating, or just, it feels like it even will be purposeful for some because you just can't force it, right? You can't overdo it. It's like just this very chill vibe throughout the month, but very busy to say the least. I do feel like for some there's a new job throughout the month at a certain point that you're beginning, stepping towards, leaping into, and this will leave you with that savings increase moving forward, support you as far as succeeding more, making a change down the line. But I'm also hearing off and on, off and on. Anyways, the best of the best coming out, because I do feel like it's a month where this is how people are viewing you. You are the best at your, with what you're talented at, your skill set, if not multiple, that you're putting to use. This could be in the job environment, through your job. It could be through the running of your business. It could be both. I do feel like people are in awe at times. People are impressed. And I feel like at times there's a focus on your helpful nature and how you do what you do. A bit of a mysterious vibe at times, but then a very clear-cut vibe as well, where it's like, that makes sense, okay? I get how Aquarius just did that, but I don't get this. It feels like there's more value to be acquired throughout the month of May than in comparison to April. And so I feel like it's a very beneficial, rewarding kind of month, but it just feels like overall it's a better month. But I feel like there's a focus on what you don't have at times. Tread carefully with that, because I feel like it could make yourself a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious potentially. It could make you fearful. But I do sense that you're thinking about change. It's like, I don't want to settle. I don't want to see things plateau. I want to climb the ladder towards more. I want to make this big switch up. But to move on to the third one, we have being discovered. So it's a month where you're being discovered, again, tied into being the best of the best at what you do. But I also feel like you're thinking about how to take whatever this is that's helping you be discovered, or just is being discovered, how to take it to the next level. I do feel like some of the entrepreneur Aquarians drawn to the reading have an online business, and you're thinking about how to add on or transfer that to an in-person kind of business, or you could be thinking about stepping away from a day-to-day job, if not multiple, to begin entrepreneurship, or how to better balance out multiple opportunities on your plate, or that you foresee taking on or continuing moving forward. Does that make sense? I'm now also hearing well-spoken. I do feel like there's this feeling, so a lot of feelings throughout the month. And you could be empathic, picking up on other people's emotions, feelings, and that could be tied into your work like me. But I do feel as if people are thinking about you in a very, logical, positive light. It's like your energy is desirable, loved and looked after is what I'm hearing. I feel like people are proud of you. You've come a long way. You've overcome a lot. You are throughout the month in general, but there's a feeling of you not giving up on something, and then that paying off, working to your advantage, but then what you did give up on or leave behind, allowed to become a bit of a Ten of Swords vibe, that also is paying off for you in more than one way, I want to say. Now, I do feel like there's a focus on your habits, your routines even. Are they healthy enough? Are you taking care of yourself enough? At times, yes. Other points, honestly, I don't feel like you are, but it might be tied into the lack of energy or just overworking yourself at times. But are you over consuming? Are you overspending? Spirit saying, out of respect for the quality of your work, what you wish to see successful, just being able to balance things out productively, efficiently, and out of respect for your financial goals, if not one in particular, do not overspend. Do not overconsume. Don't overdo it in general. But over here we have making the best. Whether this is where you're living, where you're working, could be in regards to balancing out your finances, could be more than one thing. You're making the best, and it feels like this is purposeful, and that's even partially why you're thinking about better for yourself, right? I don't deserve this, is what I'm getting. But money moves and quality investment, I feel like you're thinking about this in, in comparison to the past, where you moved away from, what you moved away from, decided to replace or just invest in general. But there's also thoughts of future investment, money moves, and how this is going to change your life for the better. Just a lot of improvement vibes, if you will, okay? Thoughts. But moving on to the tarot, the King of Swords. I mean, naturally, sitting right by the best of the best and being discovered as well as your hard work paying off card. You are being viewed and digested as a wise soul. Some drawn to the reading an old soul, somebody who just has it going on. I do feel like your good looks are helping you succeed more. For a lot drawn to the reading, your personality, your energy once again, but you're just well-worded, well-spoken way of being, or it could be more so in the way you create, develop, how you better understand things, or one subject in particular than other people. You have a lot to teach, but a lot to learn as well throughout the month and moving forward. So I do feel like there's a focus on how you have this innate ability to intuitively tap into that teacher role more consistently, more often rather than the normal soul is what I'm hearing. But also less often the student role, okay, to absorb that information. But I feel like when you're informing, adjusting is what I'm hearing, or just teaching, helping people, potentially, again, through your work, regardless of how that looks for you. You may even find that this teaches you something about what you're working on, where you're at in this lifetime, how you're changing. It could be in regards to what lies ahead or clarity from about the past. Anyways, I do feel like even though things are working out in your favor, you could even still question whether or not you made the right choice or choices from the past. I feel like a lot that was leaving a job behind or moving to a new place of residence, or investing your money here or there. In spirit saying, we're going to cut that thought process out quite quick if you don't do so yourself, because you are making the right choices. As long as you're trusting your intuition, you can do no wrong. That's absolutely a vibe about this month for you. I feel like with that message coming out, for the better or for the worse, you're manifesting, right? And you might just be reminded of how much you've manifested up until this point. And you might find that you think about something for the in a positive way or in a negative way, and that either is enhanced in your physical reality, or it just comes to be. So just channel your mind, your intentions, your emotions to the better of your situation. I do feel like at times there's a focus on the possibilities being endless for you individually, and I feel like for some a bit of a showy vibe, okay? Strutting your stuff, feeling good at certain points, feeling very good at what you do. It's like I impressed myself, so obviously I'm going to impress other people, or one person of importance. But also I'm getting this as a halo, a focus on your angelic energy at certain points. And I want to say spirituality in general. It feels like there's a lot of speaking throughout the month. All right. I don't feel like it's necessarily a very fast-paced month, but it's a month where things are getting done quite consistently or just purposely when they're meant to. And again, you're doing a lot of speaking. You could find that even when you're not doing a lot of speaking or accomplishing, there's a lot of listening taking place, a lot of watching content of importance or just for leisure, for fun. But I do feel like tying into this being Discover card, you are being noticed. I'm going to take this. But moving on, we have the Hierophant in reverse. This is a month, the month of May is, there's a focus on you not having a change. Something hasn't changed in the way you thought it would or had hoped. So that might tie into you making the best. I do feel like you're thinking about a change in your finances that needs to come to be moving forward, whether it's cleaning up your debt or just, paying things off. More money coming in, building up, less spending for some. It's like, think about this big change you desire moving forward or just your future in general. Do you want to be able to look at that, jump into that next chapter, that change, and be able to purchase what you need to and or want to, as you should? Or do you want to be able to say, okay, I have to hold back from that because I decided to spend the majority of my money on things I don't need now? Okay, so trust your intuition. And you might even be reminded or need to remind yourself of what you desire moving forward and how you wish to see that successful so that you don't overdo it at certain points. Okay. But I do feel as if, again, the attention's feeling quite gratifying, the Sun card. So naturally, again, there's thoughts of completion, how that leads to happiness, more comfort, more success for some. But I do feel like there's a focus on your connection to the sun, to the moon, to nature, to your environment, and how energy affects a lot of what's drawn to the reading. I do feel like there's a sunny, grounded vibe about you for the most part throughout the month. At times it's not always in your control, but I feel like that's drawing an attention. It's leaving people in awe. It's leaving people wanting more. People are going to ask you for your advice, for your help. And I do feel like this is going to feel a little bit overwhelming at certain points, as I'm shown the Seven of Wands. But you're here to fulfill your purpose in this life, and you might not fully see exactly or what that is in general for you. But I feel like a lot drawn to the reading, like myself, have that figured out, at least for the most part, if not fully. But we're going to put the Three of Pentacles over here because, again, I feel like your sunny demeanor, energy, the way you accomplish, achieve things, drawing an attention, okay? People looking up to you, and there just might be a moment or two throughout the month or several where there are people looking down upon you. Could be a boss figure, someone else you're working with, people viewing your content online or viewing your business content. However it looks for you, who cares, okay? You're always going to encounter one or two naysayers, and I feel like they are outnumbered by the support, the positivity, the praise, the honor flowing in for you specifically. Great reading so far, but I do feel like you are strategically taking time to rest, and I feel like the Spirit's saying things are going to get busier as the month proceeds, but are also going to be even busier in the upcoming months, surpassing the month of May. So rest up when you can, and balance things out. Balance in your mind, balance in your external reality as far as how much you accomplish. There's a focus on, okay, butterflies in general, but your transformation, how something you've been working on, building from the ground up, I want to say, or just committed to in one, if not multiple ways, how that's transforming. Beautiful. Let's continue pulling. The Star card. Here is your energy, absolutely beautiful. I do feel like you're being viewed as a star. There are moments where you're feeling a little bit shaky throughout the month, but I do feel like this is feeling out of your control or just the effective energy and or spirituality, potentially how some things run, or somebody you work with and or live with, if not multiple people. Okay, let's catch our breath because I feel like that's the vibe at certain points. It's like, that was a lot, but it felt rewarding. It was purposeful. I feel like the stars are aligning for you throughout the month and moving forward as things just sort of fall into place. You might even find that things are falling into your lap. You're stumbling upon certain synchronicities, your awareness being lined up with certain levels of abundance, I want to say, and occurrences purposely. I hope that was worded correctly. Beautiful. We're topping off your reading with the Six of Pentacles, and I just saw the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands as well. So I feel like this is a very victorious, passionate month for you, but You are evidence of the fact that you don't need to be overly passionate or overly forcing it, even over exuding yourself to succeed, to impress, to get things done in the right way. I do feel like, again, you are being viewed at by yourself and other people as very, very talented. I'm hearing the word recognition. I do feel like it's a month where you are aspiring for more, right? So keep that in mind when there are certain imperfections, when you are thinking about overspending, over doing it in certain other ways. But I do feel like there's a focus as well on the fact that you do desire perfection, but that perfection is going to be, there's going to be a reminder that's unattainable. And you shouldn't be holding yourself back from reaching for improvement all the meanwhile. But don't look at something as it needs to be perfect. In spirit saying, even when you make that big change moving forward, however that looks for you, it's not going to look perfect. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be ideal. It's going to be a stepping stone, and it's going to be better for you than where you're at now. There's also a thought of whether it was a move of residence, a switch up in your career, it could be who you are wrapped up with. I feel like, and I'm hearing the word energy, it's like, am I complacent? No. Am I not putting forth enough effort towards something because of the energy in a situation, the change I made? So I feel like you're thinking about how to, what to associate yourself with, or where to be, what to commit to make the best out of your life, okay? Or just to make something succeed more. Now, the Temperance card over here, because I do feel like you need to have patience, okay, with one if not multiple people you have to work with and or live with, but I also feel like when it comes to certain noise factors, again, people, it could be more in regards to spirituality affecting you negatively at certain points, feeling just a little bit overwhelmed, spirit saying energy's everything, right? But I do feel like you also have to have patience with yourself when it comes to, okay, I'm getting the sign Virgo for some, being of significance. You might feel as if there's a level of patience needed in regards to yourself, right? Feeling the need to give into temptation, right? To overdo it in certain ways. At times, how you're changing, growing, your own energy potentially. Either way, I feel like it's a very hardworking month where you are achieving a ton, being viewed as, again, very talented, very abundant. All right, you're even pushing other people, even if you don't realize it, to better improve, to strive for more, okay? But you're being viewed as the best of the best, and you're being discovered at certain points throughout the month, and that feels so damn good. And as you do have to, again, make the best in certain ways, it's a month that pushes you to recognize, again, the stars are aligning for you. You're a star in and of itself, okay? I feel like that was horribly worded, but it's a month of abundance and things just working out for you. Beautiful. So I hope this was truly helpful. I am sending you all of the love and light. Go enjoy your month, and I'll definitely see you next time.